Today, let's talk about racism as a psychological defense mechanism. Racism is a term that we've often heard, but now it has become a big issue in America and the news of it is all over the world. So let's see what it is. Racism is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism that is directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Racism and xenophobia are terms that are heard together. Xenophobia is an intense or irrational dislike or prejudice against people from other countries. Both happen due to the defense mechanisms that is generated by the feelings of insecurity and anxiety. The psychology theory of terror management can give a better idea of racism as explained by Steve Taylor in his article, The Psychology of Racism. Research has shown that when people are given reminders of their own mortality, they feel a sense of anxiety and insecurity, which they respond to by becoming more prone to status seeking, materialism, greed, prejudice, and aggression. So, it is possible to identify 5 different aspects of racism as psychological defense mechanisms. These could be seen as different stages moving towards more extreme versions of racism. First one, identity crisis. If a person feels insecure or lacking in identity, they may have a desire to affiliate themselves with a group in order to strengthen their sense of identity and find a sense of belonging. Second one, enmity towards other group. This group identity may lead to a second stage, that is enmity towards other group. In order to further strengthen their sense of identity, members of a group may develop hostile feelings towards other groups. The group may become more defined and cohesive in its otherness and in its conflict with other groups. Third one, withdrawal. The third aspect is when the members of a group take the step of withdrawing empathy from members of other groups, limiting their concern and compassion to their fellows. They may act benevolently towards members of their own group, but be cruel and heartless to anyone outside it. Fourth, homogenization. This is closely related to the fourth aspect, which is homogenization of individuals belonging to other groups. This means that people are no longer perceived in terms of their individual personalities or behavior, but in terms of generalized prejudice and assumptions about the group as a whole. And the last one is projection. And finally, moving into the most dangerous and destructive extreme of racism. People may project their own psychological flaws and their own personal feelings into another group as a strategy of avoiding responsibility and blame. So now we can understand how racism is used as a defense mechanism. In short, we can say that racism is a lack of self-esteem and self-worth. So if you are psychologically strong, you cannot become a racist. After all, we all are humans. We all belong here. We will defend each other because God created our skin tones with a beautiful variety, but all our souls are the same color.